Welcome to the Ponderous Brick Thinker. This is another installment in Learning from the Pros. In this episode, we're going to continue and conclude LEGO Set 75352, Emperor's Throne Room. This comes from the Star Wars Diorama Collection. In the previous installment, it was Bag 4, but before going to Bag 5, I want to point out some things that I forgot to do or completely missed. As you can see here, I have two transparent pieces for the window panes, and I was wondering, wow, did I really get two or did I forget? Did I mention I'm a rebel? And that I have not been successful with any empire related stuff. And so there we go. This room is now safe for the Emperor. But keep mum that I'm a rebel, because here he comes. Oops. Okay. So we have the torso. And we have the hood. Oops. We have the head. Legs. Okay. Oh, you know what? If you recall, in bag 1, there was a little white box, paper cardboard, and in it there were two black capes, and I thought there were two for Darth Vader, but one of them is for the Emperor. So let me go get it. So I thought this one, and I remember making the comment saying, "Oh, they provided another one just because they knew this was going to be a really played action figure or minifig." But no, it's really for the Emperor. Which kind of makes sense. Why make two boxes when you can put two capes or several more capes in there? And then his hood or cowl. There we go. Okay, so that's for the Emperor. Everything's gonna go perfectly well now. And we're gonna get this. It's a transparent piece, and on it is printed the finer frame of the window. There's not, it has studs here, and perhaps studs can fit underneath. It says here, that's where it's secured. Okay, so that part. According to the indentations, these are going to keep straight up and down and left and right. It's not rotated. That's actually kind of difficult. It seems very fragile. I don't want to press it too hard. I thought it was... Oh, is that... No? Nope. Let's see. Let me actually take this out. I thought it was supposed to say, there we go. Just to insert it, but does this really grab, or is just lightly holding? It's lightly holding, it's not a It's not a click connection. Okay, so then we have this being lightly held. There we go. Okay. So over here, it's going to be a 1x2 plate. Let's see what it looks like. Dark gray? Nope, we have a light gray. And it seems it's going to continue with that. I don't see a different color here. But so then we get the single stud plate with claw, one each, having like that. And then this T piece inserted like this. And then that's a center. And then skip one, and then the next one is where these are inserted. So let me do the other one first. Okay, a 1x2, single stud with a claw, single stud with a claw, and then the T, like so. And then there. So here's the center, skip one, and it's there. Skip one, and then this one here. I pushed it too hard. Okay. That is very surprising and 100% safe for the Emperor. Out of all of that, this construction here, this is the most surprising, that it's really fragile. It's not really snapped into place. It's being hopefully wedged. Let me get that thing. But it's okay, when I saw that in the picture, I thought, okay, so there's something going on there. But there. Okay. Okay. There. All right, so then the next step, step 135, it's a dark gray 1x6 plate, and then we're gonna get inverted slopes. Are they slopes? Arches, inverted arches. Going like this, going like this, and then we're gonna get a, this one is a plate with a horizontal stud that goes downward. Like that. And then this other side, it's just a square single stud plate. Like that. And then we get the arch. On top of the arch, we do another single stud plate with horizontal stud that goes down. Then it's a smooth single stud plate. And then it's a 1x2 plate with a single stud. And then another smooth single stud plate. And lastly, a square single stud plate that still has the stud. Okay, so that is some pattern. And then we're gonna do 5 of these pieces. It's a kind of rounded single stud plate with a bar. And then this part here looks like, let's make sure, I see the stud and I see the joint kind of up here. That's what I see in that diagram. Yep, because when I put it in like that, the elbow is kind of pointed out. Something like that. There we go. So let me do 4 more. So the rounded single stud with a bar, and then this arm. We'll have the arm here, and rounded single stud plate with the bar there. Rounded single stud with a bar, and the arm. Rounded single stud with an arm. Okay, so where these studs are is where these are attached. So these two are the horizontal stud plates there. So that's why they're smooth plates. So it kind of echoes this part at least where it's smooth, and except for these attachments, supports there. And then we're going to use a bar and a lance. Let's see here, something like this. That handles that. Then like that. A little bit more, okay. And then on this side is the bar, or a rod. There we go. Okay, so then in step 142, it's a 1x4 brick with horizontal studs, and it seems I have the rods here. It goes in like this. And then we're gonna put it, I think that's the 1x4. Like that. All right. Okay, I'll leave it out until it's time because I'm probably gonna be moving that a bit more. Oops. Okay, so then a 1x6 dark gray with inverted arches or bows. And then single stud plate with a horizontal stud. And then a single stud plate. Here. And then an arch. Then over here, we're going to get a single stud plate with a horizontal stud that goes down. A smooth single stud plate. A 1x2 plate with a single stud. A smooth single stud plate. There we go. And then a single stud plate that is square. There we go. So it goes something like this, but let's do the arms first. It's the rounded single stud plate with a bar, and the arm goes in like that. Rounded single stud with the arm. Rounded single stud with an arm. Single stud, bar, and then the arm. Okay, see the arm. There we are. Okay, the single stud with plate with a bar, then the arm. And then I can attach them. So I see the 2 here and then the 3 here. So 2 and then 3. And place them like that. Well, it could be intentional, but this kind of railing for the handrail does have a creepy factor because it almost looks like an arm with the elbow and all that, and then the hand holding it up. So that's pretty good in terms of making it like an evil place. Okay, then the bar goes over the 2. And then the lance goes over the 3. Okay. And then a 1x4 brick with horizontal studs. It goes in like this, center it, and then it goes here with the 1x4 coming in there. There we go. Oh. So that's what the blue here are for. So it's pointing to the Emperor's electric bolts. They can be stored here, which I'll do for the meantime. Probably keep them safe there. It's a nice gradation. There's a purple and a blue in works. So there. Oh, and then what's that? Okay, so the corner piece goes right here on both sides of this smooth plate. There we go. Okay, so then we're gonna get a big piece. It's a 4x10. Yep, a 4x10. And over here is gonna get a 2x4 smooth plate, dark gray. And then over here it's gonna get a 2x2 with a single stud right there. Below that, a smooth 2x2. And next to that, it's a smooth 2x4. So we have that right there. Then we're going to mirror it. So there's going to be a 2x2 smooth, well, a 2x2 with a single stud right there, then a smooth 2x2, and then a smooth 2x4 plate. So it's all like that. And it's going to be placed right there. So that means it's being held in place by these 2x2s, two 2x2s. I think I read somewhere there was going to be a compartment, but that's kind of secure. There's no like easy whoop, and out it goes. You'll have to come in from the bottom, push it up. But that, let's see what else can be done with the floor. I think that's it. Oh, then we're going to put some computer technology in here. Okay, so then we get a 2x2 rounded brick. On top of that gets a 2x2 black plate. On top of that, it gets a round 4x4 plate. And on top of that gets a rounded 2x2 plate. And on top of that is a octo piece. All right, and then what we have here is a black Technic piece. There we go. I just pressed it in and it stopped on its own. So hopefully that's intended depth. And so then we're going to use these plates with a claw and a wedge transparent piece, light blue, with the higher part closer to the claw. Seven more times for a total of 8. So it's that. And not quite a flower, but these were in the movie, and I did wonder about them because of their display screens on the inside and your outside. How do you see them? But still look cool. Two more. There we go, 8. But that's probably only for one of them. I have to do it 2 times. So here we go. And they are just inserted. I will probably try and keep them centered along each of their bars. I am thinking about something. Okay, and then on top of that, it's the size of a 2x2 round plate, or maybe more. It's more like 3. But it uses the Technic rod previously entered. It has the crosshairs. Kind of. There we go. And then everything curls inward. Almost like a donut. I wonder if it was like a holographic projector. That would have been nice, but it has a really nice sparkle to it, unexpectedly. And then I'll put you aside until it's time to put the other one too. So for the second one, it is a 2x2 round brick with a 2x2 square plate. And on top of that is a 4x4 round plate centered. And then it's a round 2x2 plate. And on top of that, an octo piece. So that's that. And then in 157, it's a Technic rod piece. There we go. Just insert it there. And then we're going to do this thing 8 times. It's the claw, and then the higher part of the slope is to the claw. Okay. So we have 4, we need 1 more. I just need 1 more. Huh. Probably right there. Oh, there it is. It was partially camouflaged. There. Okay, so then they're inserted. Again, I'm going to try and keep them centered on each of their bars. Okay, and then it's about a 3x3 area with the Technic hole over the Technic rod. Insert it and then curl them all up. Sparkly. And then there's a previously installed 2x2 round brick that it just continues. Just line up the studs. There we go. There we go. Oh, I think we're on to the final part. Let's see here. We're going to use... what are we using? It's a dark gray 4x4 round plate. And then there's going to be a black 2x2 square right on top. And this is going to go on top of this dark orange piece, probably for rotation. Whoops. Yep. Okay. And then over here, we're going to do, it's a 2x1. Yes, this is the one with a horizontal studs. There. It's just facing away from this part, but we're going to attach a 1x2 plate. And then we're going to continue with 1x2 with horizontal studs going in like this. And then a 2x2 purple, could be dark purple, like so. And then we're going to continue with 2 more 1x2 with horizontal studs. There, oops. Need 1 more. Okay, and then on 167, it's another 1x2 black plate here. So now it's symmetrical. Now what do we have here? So in 168, it's a 1x2 with horizontal studs, and it's going to get these 1x2 wedge slopes, like that. Okay, so we have that piece holding these 2 pieces, and then they're going to get 2 single step plates with a horizontal stud that goes up. So this kind of piece, and it goes like that. Okay, and then that, but let me do that. Let me do the other one first. Also, it's a 1x2 with horizontal studs. There it is. And then 1x2 slope. Then another 1x2. Nope. Okay, well, let's see. Yep. Oh, yeah, it's... Press everything down. Oh, there you are. Okay. So there. And then single stud with a horizontal stud right there. And then another one of this kind. So there's 4 right here. And doing so, that. Okay. Oh, there. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a purple 1x2 plate with a single stud. On top of that is this a single stud brick with a lot of horizontal studs, 4 of them. Goes right there. And so it's going to get 2 single stud purple plates stacked. And then 2 1x2 purple that go in like this. What is 4? It's okay, so in 4, it's this brick with a single horizontal stud, but it faces away from the viewer. It's kind of right there. So what we need is on the front is another smooth 1x2 that goes like that. Now it is purposely lower. Is it lower? Yep. So it's flush with the bottom, and these 2 that are on the side are on top of the other plate. So after all that, yep, just goes in here. So let's see how this becomes a throne. Oh, okay, so then we're gonna do, it's a 3x3 plate with, it's a single wide slope or curve, goes in like that, and then a 2 wide curve, goes like that, and then a smooth 1x3, and then mirror the same. There's going to be a single curve, I see the double wide, that goes like that, and I will probably follow their indication that it's where you have the single stud or single wide there and the double wide together, so you have this consistent line. Even though it's going to be on the back and you don't really see it, it'll be just helpful. And now I'm going to assume goes there and there, these 2 studs. That seems about right. It's just right there. Okay, so now we're going to do some more armrest. Okay, so we have this here with the component, the corresponding component. That we're going to have this kind of curve on top of that. And on top of that is a single stud plate. And then on top of that is a curved detail, this kind of one. And then it goes right there. And it's going to be tilted inward. Okay, so then for over here, we have it's not quite a hinge, but it does rotate. And then the corresponding part. And then this kind of curve, keeping the rotation that way. There. Then a single stud plate on top of that. And on top of that is the curve detail. Here we go. And then it's put on the throne. Okay, so then we're going to get this 1x2. And it's this kind of triangular slope. Real long. Yep. And one more. 1x2 with a triangular slope. Then another one. Like so. And they go in those 1x2 places. Okay, so then in step 174, it's a 1x3, but it's smooth on the bottom. But on here, there is this hole that this goes into. And then over here, it's a curved piece, a 2x2. It goes on top, and then a single wide curved piece goes right next to that. And this part goes on the purple. There. And then gets to be put into the place. Okay. I still have a few pieces. Let's see what those are for. Oh, okay. So then we have the special 40 Return of the Jedi, 40 years, but yeah. Okay, and then on top of that is the 1x4 smooth, 1x4 smooth plate. Goes right there. And then it goes here. I guess like that. All right. So that purple in the throne room, on the throne, it's really popping compared to all the gray and black of this set. It really draws attention to itself with this kind of really popping as well. Now, I'm going to assume these are all extras. We'll find out later if they're important, but I believe that's it. Okay, so I'm going to put everyone in place. Almost there. And there we go. I would not have guessed the window would have been the weakest link in all of this. Thankfully, it's not structurally needed. But, yeah, it looks rather nice. It does have, and I do wonder if that's why they have these single studs available. It really frames this right here. They didn't need to go beyond that. This was a nice border to have it finished there without having to worry what's beyond that. I'm still not sure about this. I wonder if there was another opportunity to do another curve or maybe just an angle there. But overall, this looks nice. This is barely there. Okay. So the bottom part, the thunder or the lightnings are right there. Mm-hmm. I guess the standout piece or pieces are the flexible bars. I'm not sure, but that is what makes this possible in terms of having a close to circular window, which is really needed to convey that this is the Emperor's Throne if you wanted to go with screen accuracy. But that's how it's done, and thank you for following this project with me. This has been the Ponderous Brick Thinker. Thank you for stopping by. If you liked the episode, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see other projects and what it might be interesting to learn from them, go ahead and subscribe and sign up for notifications. And see you next time.